mirror, they watching me.
Hello everyone, I am the new YouTuber and I am going to be a new YouTuber in this brand YouTube world. So first of all I need all of your support. First, click on the subscribe button, like button, share the video and get some views, and by this you will get some help, and I too get a lot of help from you. So without any hesitation, press the subscribe button, like button, bell button, every button. So the channel name says that simple NCERT. So here we are going to make the NCERT in a simple way, and we will learn the NCERT in simple way. It's easy. Everyone wants to go in simple way. So the theme of our channel is to understand the NCERT in a simple way. So till the end, guys, we all together will learn the NCERT in the simple way. So you should be with me till the end. So subscribe my channel. That's all. It's my first video on the YouTube, so anything. So without wasting any time, let us start our video, and don't waste much time. I don't have much time. So chapter number 5, Morphology of Flowering Plants. So the topic today we are going to discuss about is the botany syllabus, that is 5th chapter, Morphology of Flowering Plants. Introduction parts today. Let us see this. So before starting page of the NCERT, let us see the basic before lesson. Before lesson means it's like the lesson name is Plant Kingdom. Yeah. In this you will know about this algae, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Angiosperms, Gymnosperms, and in Morphology of Flowering Plants we are discussing about only Angiosperms. What is this Angiosperms? It sounds good now. So let us see what is this Angiosperms. Angiosperm means flowering plants. You should know, whenever you hear the word angiosperm, it means flowering plants. Bare fruit and angiosperm have some different character than this all the types of kingdom. These are types of kingdom: algae, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperms. In this, one difference is the angiosperms is the only the only type of kingdom which can bear fruits. It is the special character of angiosperm. So based on seed present in it, these are divided into two: dicotyledons and monocotyledons. So if you don't know what is dicotyledons, monocotyledons, so further let us see that what is that. Plants, yes, this is the actual lesson we are starting. Yeah, you can see these lines in NCERT first paragraph introduction. So plants never fail to fascinate us. Means whenever we see the nature, we feel something good, better. So always the nature fascinates us, will never fail to fascinate us. Flowering plants show a large diversity in external structure or morphology. So this here we can see flowering plants means angiosperms. So we already know that angiosperms means flowering plants. So they show large diversity, means the change in external structure, change in internal structure, changes in habit. There are a large diversity plants show. We can't differentiate the plants. There are so many kinds now. So external structure or morphology, as the Lesson name says morphology, means the structure. We are going to study about the structure of the plant. These angiosperms are all categorized by the presence of root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit. So these questions may come. So remember this root. On the basis of root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, 5. There are 5. On the basis of 5 points, they are categorized. Classification is needed to understand the adaptation of various habits, protection, climbing, storage, etc. So why we need to classify? So here is the answer. The classification is needed to understand the adaptations. So how the plants change, why the plants change, why it will change, why it shows variation, diversity, what is the use of this? So to study, we divide and classify the plants, and we try to understand how the plants are. For that, the classification is needed. In classification makes the study easy. In many subjects we see the classifications. The aerial part of the plants is known as shoot system, and the underground is known as root system. This all know. Underground part of the root plant is called as root, and aerial part of the plant is called as shoot system. These are the two systems. And before moving to the next topic, here let us see about monocots and dicots. Monocots here single cotyledon, means it's seed. Inside the seed we can see only one cotyledon and two cotyledon. If you observe some seeds, you will understand this easily. So here parallel veins, this you will see later. Only remember, this is single cotyledon and two cotyledons. Dicotyledon seeds will be in this shape, 2 bean, and monocotyledon in this shape. Remember this much. So we are moving to the root topic. The root. In most of the dicotyledon plants, radical develop into root known as primary root. So here the word is most. In most of the dicotyledons, but not all dicotyledons. There are some exceptions, but most of the dicotyledons, almost all dicotyledons, as we saw here, here dicotyledons. See, in this type of seeded plants, we can see this radical. You have studied that plumule and radical are the two parts of seed, and in this radical part will develop into root known as primary root. The first root which the seed grows into the soil is known as primary root. And primary root consists of lateral several roots. Here let us see. If you take this as the primary root, which here seed, this is seed part, and it grows into the primary root, and this primary root will have lateral roots like this. Some more roots coming, small roots, one big root and some little small roots it will have. And in small roots, little very small roots. So small roots are known as secondary roots, very small roots are known as tertiary roots. So here secondary root, tertiary roots. Primary root consists of lateral several side roots, main root and lateral roots. Primary root and its branch together known as taproot system. So here it comes, see, this is taproot system. So when you move outside, most of them will see this taproot system. In many plants you can see that. Randomly if you pick any plants, you will get this taproot system. So see here, you can see this is primary root, main root, and these are lateral, secondary and tertiary roots. These are example mustard plants. You see mustard plants, if you have in your surrounding, if you get, you will understand this topic clearly. So let us move next. In monocotyledons plants, the primary root is short-lived. In monocotyledons, as we know that round-shaped seed. Dicotyledons means two bean-shaped seed. This is only one seed. They are replaced by many small roots. Primary roots means wait. So its primary root, and it will be replaced by many small roots. Let us see, this is ground, many small roots. By many small roots it will be replaced. It will be replaced by many small roots. Many small roots in the place of primary formed from the base of the stem is known as fibrous system. Fibrous root system. It is known as fibrous root system. Means primary root is short-lived. It will grow a little down, little long, and later it will be replaced by many small roots. Example: wheat plants, some plants like grass, monstera, banyan tree. So in this we can see this type of, what is this called as fibrous root system. This is known as fibrous root system. See here, fibrous root. So here here in this diagram you can see this clearly. Root arise from other than radical is known as adventitious. Yes, this adventitious roots means other than radical. If this is the plant, this is underground part, and this is aerial part. Here the statement says that root other than radical. Here you can see here, root other than radical is known as adventitious root. When the root grows other than the radical, here this part, when it is seed, it will not grow from the radical like this. This is normal, but in this adventitious roots system will have some special character. Roots will grow like this, anywhere from any part of the plant it will grow. That is the special character. Root will grow other than radical. It will grow from any part of the plant. Like in the stem it may grow like this. Wait. If this is the stem, it will grow from the stem like this. This here, this is soil, and here it will have roots underground, but it need additional roots. So roots will grow like this from other parts. And example, if this is tree, if this is tree, and roots will grow like this, here, and it will come out of the soil like this. So this is known as adventitious root. That our drawing looks awkward now. So let's move next. Here, adventitious root. These are known as prop roots. Next we will see this prop roots, adventitious root. Remember this much. replaced by in this page monocots means single, only one. Mono means one rounded seed. Remember this much. Are in monocotyledon seeds or plants, the primary root of this seed will be short-lived, and these are replaced by many small roots, and this is known as fibrous root system. Examples, this is known as fibrous root system, and examples are wheat plant, some plants like grass. Everyone has saw grass, I think, in that you can see. And other than radical, the root grows from other part, like leaf. Some roots grow in the leaf of the plants and in the stems, other than the root radical. That's adventitious root system. Here we have studied 3 root systems: taproot system, fibrous root system, and adventitious root system. 3 root systems you have to remember, and this prop root we will see later. And functions of the root, this is main point. Absorb of water, minerals from soil. Yeah, it will absorb water and minerals. Provide support, anchorage. Textbook, the word given as anchorage means providing support for the plants. Storing and reserving of food. This we will see this in modification of roots. Means root get modified and it will start storing food. Regulate plant's growth. It regulates the growth of the plant. It supplies good food, good minerals, water for the plants, and it helps the growth of the plant. Is known as regulates the plant. So 4 points you have to remember. Then here the next topic is region of the root. Let us see this. See this diagram, you have to remember. So root cap, the first part of this is root cap. Here the tip or the end of the root is root cap. Covers root at the apex. Apex means at the end or at the end of the root. Timble like structure. It's like a timble like structure. Cap, it's like a cap. Protects the tender apex of the root. It will protect as the root is inside the soil. There will be many chemicals in the soil, and it may harm the plant, and it leads to the death of the plant. So it protects the root. So many chemicals are present in the soil, so it will protect them from insects, worms. This is very hard, somewhat hard, this root cap is, and it will protect the tender apex, the young root. At the tip of the root, the roots are young, new cells divide, so new cells. So this will protect. So remember, root cap cover at the apex, timble-like structure, protects and makes its way through the soil. So somewhat it's hard. Root cap is little hard. It's like a cap, protecting cap. It makes way in the soil. So remember these points. So region of meristematic activity. Here, the tip of the root is root cap, and above the root cap, region of meristematic activity. So in the region of meristematic activity, here it is millimeter above the root cap. Cells are very small. In this region, the cells are very small, thin-walled, dense protoplasm, divide rapidly and produce new cells. Here, as we can see here, this is root cap. Above this is region of meristematic. Region of meristematic activity. The point goes like this, millimeter above. Yes, we can add this point. And cell are very small. Very small, thin-walled, dense protoplasm. Yes, dense protoplasm, divide rapidly. These are region of meristematic. And above the region of meristematic, we can see region of elongation. Cells proximal to meristematic region. It is the next of meristematic region, or nearer. Proximal means nearer. The diagram explains everything, so remember the diagram. It's better to remember. Undergo rapid elongation and enlargement, and it is responsible for growth of the root in length. So it will, elongation means it grows vertically and it helps the root in growth. So it helps in growing of the length of the root, and enlargement of the root and elongation of the root. So it is responsible in the growth of the length of the root. So what I will show you. So here the region of elongation. In this region, it divides where it in this region it will be more gross length. We can see the length of this is more, and it is responsible for the length of the root. The length of the root depends on elongation, region of elongation. Then the next is region of maturation. Cells of elongation zone get differentiated and mature. Here we can see the elongation, region of elongation. It gets older or gets mature, and it will move here near upwards, and it will become region of maturation. Region of maturation. So next we can see here region of maturation. In this is the above region of elongation. Above this region of maturation. Here it is. Oh, wait. Cell of elongation zone get differentiated and get mature. This will be matured. Elongation cells which are elongated will go upper, and it will get mature or get older, and it will become region of maturation. So region of maturation, proximal region to elongation zone. It is nearer to elongation zone or upper to elongation zone. Some epidermal cells of this region form very fine and delicate thread-like structure called root hairs. These are root hairs, small root hairs. These are root hair. Root hair absorb water and minerals. This helps in absorption of water and minerals. If there is no root hair, I think there will be no absorption of water and minerals. So this helps in absorption of water and minerals. So the next is modification of roots. Roots in some plants change their shape, structure, and perform other functions. The functions, we have saw the functions of root, like providing support, conducting water, minerals. So we have studied the function. It will perform other than that function. That is the main function. Every root will perform that functions, but some of the roots will do other activities, other functions. So they are modified for support purpose. They will modify themselves, and storage and respiration. So why the question, why this modification is needed? So for support, extra storage, and respiration, need more respiration. Carrot, turnip, they are taproot system. Sweet potato, these possess adventitious root system, and asparagus, these also have adventitious root system. So let us see what storage. These all are the example for storage food. Means these will store their food in root. Yes, in the diagram you can clearly see that this is primary root, which will store the food, and the first modification, root modification, is storage, for storage purpose. Example: turnip, carrot, sweet potato. And this is asparagus. This is adventitious root. It gets modified into storage root and stores the food. And the next is, everyone have saw the banyan tree. There will be many roots in the banyan hanging to the banyan tree. They are very strong roots. Only not the banyan, some other trees are there. They are known as prop roots. That prop roots are, remember that previously we have saw that in the previous slide we have saw that the prop root, here it came. I told later we will study, and here we are seeing this prop root. So prop root is an adventitious root that will arise from other parts of the plant, other parts in the stem, in the leaf, in the branches it may arise. So root arises other than the radicle. That is known as prop root. Example, banyan is a example for prop root, and maize and sugarcane is stilt root. What is stilt root? We will see. This is banyan tree, and these are the branches here arising from the roots arising from the branches. And here in the sugarcane we can see this is stilt root. This arises at the lower bud, stems lower bud. It arises from the lower bud here. This is stem. And here underground root will be there present. Here underground some roots are, these roots are not sufficient to hold the plant, so it starts to growing from here, from the stems. The root grow from the stems, so we can see that. Example, maize, sugarcane are the example for this. And rhizophora grows in swampy area. Root comes out, known as pneumatophores, helps in respiration. So in rhizophora, swampy areas, the plant will grow in swampy area. Swampy area means wet area, wet land area. It grows in that part. In that region, this rhizophora will grow, and root will arise like this. That is known as, because in swampy area there is no sufficient of oxygen, so the roots comes out for getting more sufficient oxygen. That is known as pneumatophores. Here we can see clearly, you can understand through the diagram. The roots arise from the soil, like outside, to get the sufficient oxygen. So today we are going to end this video session, and let us continue our video in the next session.